this the end?
No! This is the beginning of our EverSiege playthrough. Things have gone pretty bad. Corruption and malice everywhere. The city of Bastion stands as our last hope, and unfortunately, I'm the one in control now. So let's skip the tutorial and get right into the thick of things. If you play the demo, this looks fairly similar. Only one character available for now, but we'll have a look at both Farron as well as Cyrneth in this video. Let's start out with Farron. The Bull wields a great axe and specializes in melee combat, so we're gonna die instantly, like over and over again. I have incredible confidence. First thing I noticed is the recent change to remove the animated rotation of your character. The Wargale will now simply face whatever direction you click. Looks a bit jarring, but definitely improves the somewhat sluggish controls of old. Also shows that the developers actually listen to the community feedback, which is pretty great. Looking at the world modifiers, it does appear that First Age is exactly what we had in the demo, as expected. Starting out, we have access to two different essences, nature as well as fire. We'll take the heal as our level 3 skill and blazing light as our level 2 skill. Blazing light deals fire damage in an area around us, and Life Bloom will be providing us with a small AoE heal. As we have already seen most of this in the demo, I will try to keep it brief. The first day we mostly gain some smaller upgrades and pick up whatever easy coins we have access to while pushing the lane. Pushing our soldiers all the way up to the first boss by the time we have our first Nightfall arrive. So we have a massive attack coming in now, so I think it makes sense for us to go into the jungle a little bit, try to pick up some extra goodies. Try to pick up some extra gold and upgrades. Don't mind the stutter, the game is actually running significantly better for me than the actual demo did. I did have some recording issues with the game, however, and it should clear up shortly. Anyways, here is the horde of dangerous dangers marching in. How nice. By day 3 we have made it to our very first boss. The first boss throws this huge spiked ball at us. Does an overhand smash, shattering the ground underneath our feet, as well as this tantrum, attacking twice in front of him and then turns around, smashing the ground behind him as well, dealing damage. As long as we can stay away from the red areas, the boss goes down nice and smoothly. Rewarding us with some cooldown reduction and some auto attack range. Before we go for the win and the final boss kill, let's get some upgrades and some extra coins. While I do that, can we talk about the amount of games releasing lately with Warcraft 3 inspired art styles? I mean, look at the intro cinematic and tell me you're not thinking of Warcraft 3. The cynical voice in my head wants to blame the rise of AI for this, but I would love to hear from you all. Have you also noticed this increase? If so, what do you think it comes from? Sound off in the comments down below, I'm really curious. After some quick minor upgrades and a third horde defeated, we get an upgrade to our Whirlwind ability. Adding half a second to the duration of the ability seems pretty good. I did not realize how strong the worms are on the Unravelers side of the map. He really hurts. Holy hell, I'm way too early for this. We can avoid most of the damage by sidestepping, but a unlucky hit and some poison marks my first death. Resurrection will be reviving your Siren once each 475 seconds. If you do not have this passive or it's already on cooldown, you'll be revived at the Bastion instead, and your Bastion will be losing some health points as a result. Hello Dreadwing, we meet again. The boss is using corrosive damage this time, which quickly kills most of my army. I don't feel like fighting an undead dragon by myself, so I'll go ahead and disengage now. Just me here, I'm gonna leave. I'm done. Thank you. Bye. Better live another day. We're back already before the night arrives. Me and Grot this time gives the dragon a dose of its own medicine. If that's what you call cutting down a dragon with a huge axe. Dreadwing. Deadwing, am I right? 1350 echoes. That'll come in good use. We also unlocked the next war gear, the Charisma Essence, potions and daily quests. If you would like to have a closer look at the map itself for H0, I have 2 previous videos for the demo you can have a look at. Playlist is linked in the description down below. We will continue to the next difficulty. The H1 difficulty increases the enemy's HP and damage by 10%. H1 also provides a new boss, the Necromancer. We also unlock the Shifting Lands. This will randomize the map for each H. Okay, so there will be some procedurally generated aspects to the game. That was what I was afraid of, that it would not be. But that should keep it kinda fresh, to be honest. With our echoes we can also gain permanent upgrades. This is the roguelike part of the game, and how you will be growing up in power to progress further into the ages. Losing is kinda part of the winning strategy, I guess. We'll go with some extra gold. The antiques market, 30 gold a minute during the day. I think focusing on economy in general is probably a good idea. Temple of Fate, unlock temple buildings. 2 monks in every way. A range support unit healing the Scion nearby friendly units. That could be really strong. So we'll take that. I think that'll be good. So then we get some more gold. We get the antiques market and then we get the monks. We can now select our new hero, Sirenth. And is that how it's pronounced? I'm not sure. Sirenth? I think so. We can also select a new Charisma Essence. So, Charisma gives us the Mass Resurrection. So maybe we should do a minion build with Sirenth. We'll take the heal and call to arms with us into battle this time. Right at the start we're now able to fully upgrade the initial gold mine, and I realized something as soon as we load into the map. Oh, it has literally... I completely forgot about that. Yeah, it's randomized. I don't have the same map anymore. Oh, balls. Okay. That's interesting. Then you can't really learn the map. It's more about you actually playing the game. This is a very interesting aspect. It allows you to learn the map for each age, but still makes you unable to transition what you have learned straight to the next age. The battlefield for each difficulty will always be different, with new things to learn. Lots of free stuff around the map this time. Free shards, free coins, another shard. You'd almost think the game is going easy on us. But you believe me, they will whoop our butts plenty this time around. 4 spiders, for example, is 2 spiders too much. We're forced to retreat. Just kidding. Pulling a bait and switch, I guess. Payback is swift and very decisive. Don't mess with spiders. Got it. Using my abilities roots my character in place for a short period. Just enough time for the spiders to be able to hit me very hard. We need to be very careful. Whoa! Where's all of these fucking spiders coming from? It appears that the gold carriers are walking within the spiders' range, making the spiders roam around as they are trying to reach and defeat these carriers. I'm a bit torn on this. For the jungle and the gold carriers, I guess I can see the logic. You want to clear a way for them to make it in and out of the gold area safely, right? But this also applies to some camps aggroing to the actual lane itself, which is kind of weird. Causing camps to be defeated by soldiers in the lane instead of you as the hero. This feels like something the map generation should probably avoid. I knew some towers can reach into the jungle, but when the lane starts splitting off into the jungle as well, it feels different. Especially since the first map actually feels pretty well crafted around this, avoiding creatures coming from the jungle to attack directly your soldiers in lane. Maybe I'm just grumpy because I died. We've clearly shown our expertise in defeating creature camps at this point, so as our first daily mission, we'll kill 3 creature camps in exchange for $50. First camp contains 2 spiders and goes down without much of an issue actually, with attack speed as a reward. Second camp is the one that just backstabbed us earlier, giving us attack range and, more importantly, revenge. We also get our first selection of potions, cooldown or speed. We'll go with cooldown. Our third camp is 3 already wounded spiders, finishing our daily quest as well as providing arcane and tactical amplifiers, buffing our call to arms and healing ability. We also get our second potion, providing extra auto attack damage for 10 seconds when activated. I'm horribly bad at remembering to use these. They're more nice to have than remembering I do have. Our first horde is here, and we have hardly moved away from our Bastion yet. Last time we were able to push up to the first boss before the first horde arrived. We unlocked a wider power shot earlier, which does a lot right here. The occasional resurrection also helps slow down the enemies. The skeletons right now has 132 HP. Note this down for later, but even now the 10% difficulty increase is quite clear. During day 2 we push towards the first boss. As mentioned before, we get a bit of a setback with some spiders being too close to the lane and start attacking our soldiers. But we push through and eventually makes it to the new boss, which is different. Yeah, this is a gigantic spider. Oh, holy hell. Okay, nope. Fuck that. No way we're fighting that alone. Let's add some towers for now. Oh, what are you guys doing here? I think they were engaged by the towers and then followed the soldiers through the lane up to where we are. Usually you're worried about getting ganked from the jungle in MOBAs. In EverSiege, I think they took that a bit too literally. The actual jungle is ganking you in this game. Oh well, we got a free shard as a result, so I'm not actually that grumpy. We also find the Artifactor. A 0.5 second stun, however, doesn't seem worth it. He'll sell us new artifacts each in-game morning, initially at a fairly high cost of 300 coins. Something you can eventually bring down to a more stomachable 200 or so coins. For now, he can keep his artifact. We'll be back a little bit later when he has restocked again. For now, we can go get our second gold mine. I'm curious how the community feels about the randomly generated maps. I don't usually play very much MOBAs, but I've played a fair share of EverSiege, and map knowledge is a huge part of how well you'll be doing each round. Knowing when and where to go is crucial to build power and keep up with the scaling. While I enjoy the act of repeatedly learning new maps, I could imagine someone that is used to having a single map to learn might feel the ever-changing maps being more of a hassle than anything else. New mechanics in established genres does regularly cause a lot of friction from particular veterans of said genres. Wave number 2 is incoming, and they're going hard already. Time to defend. Quick heal should keep us alive, and then we'll just slowly walk backwards while auto-attacking and dropping our arrow volley on the horde. The thing with these is that you're either in total panic for a while, and then you have these kind of moments where you're kind of just chilling. It's a nice gameplay pace as you get to relax a little and just enjoy the larger scale battles as the horde arrives each night. Only to reset and try to remember everything you need to hit in the jungle before the next round. Let's give the fate a view. I want to see what they do and how much they actually heal. Before we look at the monks, let's take care of the last and third gold mine. Having the extra units to throw up in front of you is super nice. It allows us to just mostly stand here and deal damage. Cannon fodder is very much a viable build, it seems. I just missed my own heal. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Monks do heal pretty regularly. 50 HP at a time as well, which with only 800 max HP, that's a significant amount, to be honest. Monks might be my favorite upgrade so far. Night 3 is here. We're pretty well prepared. Having our soldiers reach just past our last gate and towers. Here comes the wave. Enemy max health is now up to 396 HP. That's from 132 just 2 nights ago. Our damage has gone from 60 damage to a whopping 69. Nice, I know, but yeah, not really. It's okay. We're not aware of it yet, but the scaling is not in our favor. Catapults is a huge issue. Dealing damage with AoE completely ruins our soldiers in lane, but we do eventually survive another night. Okay, we have a shit ton of money now. Let's get the mercenaries. We can get 3 rounds. A really good thing with the monks is that they will be added as mercenaries as well. So if you have the tavern unlocked, you will be able to recruit them as well. This greatly improves the survivability, as they'll be able to heal up yourself as well as your troops in between each combat. We're finally having the minion part of a minion build somewhat working. I'm already overwhelmed by all of the new stuff on this map, and I think I've completely forgotten that was my initial plan. Maybe I can do this now. We could, in fact, not do this. He just fucking murdered me in one swing. Holy hell, did that just happen?
The great enemy has breached the outer walls.
Wow, a normal wave did that now. That's pretty bad. No shit, Sherlock. Another night is here. Night 4. Enemies now have more than 600 max HP. We're getting beaten by scaling already, and it's only getting worse. Day 5 has arrived, and we all know what that means.
5 days left. My child, only 2 days remain. Hurry, my child. We have but 1 day left.
After lots and lots of back and forth, we get to the first boss. That's right. First boss on day 7. You can't say I didn't try.
The night is here. The hordes of the Unraveler are attacking.
The spider has some pretty neat tricks, such as deleting the majority of your army. Didn't see that coming. I have had this lady tell me over and over again that by day 5, time is up. So I shouldn't be that surprised that the boss just sends me packing at day 7. From here, it's really just a prolonged battle as the enemy slowly makes its way closer and closer to our Bastion, and we eventually take our first loss. Turns out, EverSiege is a lot harder once you get out of the available demo content. Great game though, I'll be continuing to play this, probably doing a video per age, I'd imagine. This one is a bit weird, as I prefer to show mostly age 1 content and not just what's available already in the demo. If you'd like to see my continued battles to defend Bastion from the hordes of evil, there's a subscription button down below. I will be back shortly with another EverSiege video, as well as my regular demo overviews. Thank you very much for watching, have a great day, and until next time, bye bye.